On this week's show, support for members impacted by the LA fires and other disasters, and the custom audio slider returns.
Plus, several new split strength programs are launching this month, a new push your pace program, and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and John Pruitt.
Welcome to episode 207 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I am Amanda Siegel, and I am here today with my co-host, John Pruitt. Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, Amanda. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Good to see you too.
Just the two of us.
Well, just the two of us today. And not that much to share, actually. I was a little surprised as to how sparse the news was this morning. But I know between you and I, we'll get you guys to listen to us for at least an hour. For sure.
We hose it out pretty good.
Exactly. Yeah. But you know what? We are going to go right into it. As always, folks, before we get started with the news, we like to remind you how you can keep up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Just search for Pelo Buddy and like or follow us on those platforms. And make sure that you do that.
I know. I don't know how much longer Pelo Buddy will be on TikTok. I'm going to have to go over to Red Note after the TikTok ban that happens today, apparently, on Sunday or Monday.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not even sure. I'm not
not sweating it. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, hopefully. But I love my TikTok. But anyway, if you're on the go, you can always listen to us. You know that. We're on all podcast platforms. Search and follow us wherever you listen to your podcasts.
And of course, we are on all social media platforms. Just hit the search button and make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and X. And now let's get on with the show.
Right.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
All right, folks, our top story today is that Peloton has announced that they will be matching employee donations and donating apparel in support of the Los Angeles fires and those in the community that have been affected. They shared that they will be working with 7 different local relief organizations. They have also shared on social media that members can help too. And with their partnering up with the women's sports community members, had the opportunity to drop off necessities at Peloton Studios, New York this past Thursday and Friday. So any personal items that folks were able to kind of pick up, whether it be feminine necessities, that type of thing, they were able to do so, drop them off at the studio, and those would then be shipped off to Los Angeles for members or for folks that are in need. Regarding the employee match, this will be done through their existing internal volunteer and corporate matching program that they already have in place. They also shared that their global security team has ensured the safety and well-being of their LA-based employees. There has also been amazing support from the community for those impacted by these recent natural disasters. That's both with the LA fires, and don't forget those horrible floods that North Carolina saw at the end of last year. So the Peloton Boutique, the Buy, Sell, Trade Facebook group, has launched a grassroots initiative to help members, including, as I said, those in both the fires and the floods. The group connects affected individuals with those willing to donate any workout apparel or comfort items. Members who have lost belongings can post their sizes and needs in the group. And those donating will cover the shipping costs, ensuring that there are no additional financial burdens for the recipients. If those affected are not comfortable sharing their identity, posts can be made anonymously through the group admins to protect their privacy. The initiative has gained a strong traction, with the community really rallying to provide aid. So if you are looking for somewhere that you want, you feel comfortable being able to donate, that is definitely somewhere where you can go to make sure that they're going to the right people. And I should have said it at the top of the show, but, obviously our heartfelt, support and prayers go out to all of those that having been affected. It is just insane that it is continuing as we speak. There is no, end in sight, with the winds continuing this weekend.
Crazy.
But we're just hoping that folks are staying safe. We know that it is just devastating, and we are there to support.
Yes. Well, I think it's great. Fantastic what everyone just comes together. And that's just a testament to the community.
Yeah.
At Peloton.
And I love what Peloton's doing as far as the employee donations, and with, if there are instructors that are donating, that Peloton will in fact match those donations. So those are just all fantastic initiatives that are out there.
It's great to see them step up that way.
Yes.
Well, shifting gears slightly, Peloton has quietly turned back. I mentioned this because I had noticed it on my tread or bike last week when we were recording the last episode, but Peloton has quietly turned back on the custom audio slider feature, which initially was first added back in March of 2024, which allows members to have greater control over the audio balance of classes. It was removed back in November because there were some bugs with it. When you would use it, it would all of a sudden make the audio and the video out of sync. A lot of people noticed that was the most common issue. Or it would just glitch up the class that you were on in general. And at the time, Peloton had said they expected the feature to be back the first week of January. So just under 2 months later, it's been added back. It does require a software update on your hardware if you haven't noticed. So to re-enable it on your hardware device, try going into your settings and check for an update there to see if you don't see it automatically added back on any on-demand content you might be doing. But also keep in mind, it might not always be on every single class you take on demand, especially older content. I've noticed you don't have that option. But prior to the feature being added, the only options, to control the audio mix was a more instructor button as well as a more music button. So now you have that more, I think it says more options button or custom.
Yeah, I saw
button.
that there.
And you can really, you can turn the instructor voice almost all the way down, pretty significantly low, if you want to just hear the music, or bring it all the way to the right and just hear most of the instructor talking with little, music playing in the background. But yeah, it's nice to see that back, because I know a lot of folks were constantly posting on the official Peloton member page about what happened to it. And then, people were posting the Pelo Buddy article right up about it, informing them. But it's just one of those.
For you and your reels, you can turn that music right down, so there'll be no copywriting infringements there.
It'd be nice if they added it to the app.
Oh, it's not on the app, right?
No, it's not on the app. It'd be really nice, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have to do some other. I have to go to some vocal remover website to remove the music if I want to. Yeah. No biggie, but nice to have that back.
It is nice to have that back.
And no issues so far that I've seen with it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Peloton are rolling out several new programs, and with classes starting in January 2025 to help members kickstart their fitness goals. So we mentioned a couple last week, but this week we have some new ones. So first up, we have some new strength programs. There's a split plus hiking program, which is led by Rebecca Kennedy. It's a 1-week program that combines strength and cardio for building muscle and aerobic capacity all in one. Then we have a new 4-day traditional split program with Ben Aldis. and a 3-day program with Jess Sims, which is nice to see. And those both start next week, January the 25th. Then there is a new running program. It's a 4-week push-to-pace running program designed to improve pace. These programs feature Adrian Williams, Camilla Rahman, Kirsten Ferguson, Jocelyn Thompson-Rule, and Matt Wilpers. They were launched just this past Friday, the 17th. And lastly, there are some new New York City Marathon Fifth Avenue Mile Scenic classes, which launched on Wednesday, January the 15th. These are feature short, iconic runs exclusively on the Tread and Tread Plus devices. So for those of you that are looking for some new things, yep, there's some new things out there for you.
And speaking of new things, Peloton has quietly dropped 3 brand new programs and 1 dubbed program at the end of the week. The main new program released is called 7 Days to Better Sleep. However, in a first for Peloton, 3 unique versions of this program were released. One is in English, one is in Spanish, and one is in German. While Peloton released a few programs with both a German and an English version at the same time, this is the first time they've ever released a single program across all their currently available languages that they support at once. So the English version of the 7 Days to Better Sleep program is taught by Dr. Chelsea Jackson Roberts. Spanish version is led by Mariana Fernandez, and the German version is led by Nico Serrani. And all 3 versions are 1-week-long sleep meditation programs with a single class for each day of the week. The program focuses on deep rest and letting go of the outside world with a goal to help people get a better night's sleep. And then continuing a trend with some of Peloton's other recent program releases, the individual classes are also being released to the regular on-demand library as well. However, rather than releasing them all at once, they're only being released once per day. So in addition to these brand new programs, Peloton has also released another dubbed version of a previous program. So there is now a German language version of the Set the Bar program, which is led by Ali Love and Hannah Corbin. So like other dub programs, you'll still see the video of Ali and Hannah and hear the original playlist. But instead of hearing Ali and Hannah talking their voices, you'll hear a native German speaker give the instruction instead.
Yeah, I won't out my source, but I did hear that the dubbing is not very good.
Yeah, like it's not, you mean like the voice or just the matching up with the talking?
I think the matching up, I think the voice. I got a message last week after the show to say, yeah, that Spanish dubbing program, not that great.
Because it's got to be challenging trying to say in a different language and say it quickly or slowly with the cadence of their voice
kind of make
moving.
Sure you're matching it up. Exactly. Yep. So
it's pretty time consuming.
I did hear, that it wasn't so great. And then I got to tell you again, not to be a Debbie Downer, and I don't know, maybe this is not my week this week, but
here we go.
I'm obsessed with my meditations, obsessed with them. I celebrated 2,700 meditations this past Thursday with the beautiful Chelsea Jackson Roberts.
You love to sleep.
This was actually a morning meditation, but I do like, no, I got to tell you though, that I don't know, the 7-day I did the 7-day program this past week. Now, granted, I got really sick on Sunday. I got food poisoning. I think it was food poisoning. And I was like out for the count for 2 days. I was so sick. But I got the worst sleep this past week. Even though I was doing my 10-minute 7-day meditation.
And it's the meditation. It's Chelsea Jackson Roberts.
It is Chelsea, and I adore her, and it's fabulous. And Chelsea, I love you, but I'm just saying, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't know. I prefer my 30-minute meditations at night because those really put me to sleep.
I feel like people that are big on the sleep meditations, they always do the same sleep meditation every night. They have their one favorite, whether it's with Ross.
Interesting.
I feel like that's pretty common.
I do flip-flop. Maybe I should look at one that just really gets me. And because I do flip-flop, I like to kind of do, they're only about, there aren't that many 30-minute. 30 of them. So I do kind of flip, but between back and forth between them. But yeah, it was just funny. I was laughing when I woke up on Friday morning or Thursday morning, and I said to myself, I got the worst night's sleep last night. It's like, okay, is it maybe I'm down in Florida? Is it the fact that I have been sick in the week? Or is it the meditations? Anyway, all right. So for those of you who have not yet downloaded the new Strength Plus app, now may be the time to do that. We have chatted to you about it before. It's something that Peloton launched at the end of last year. But there is a new program on the Strength Plus app with Logan Aldridge that has been advertised on the hardware and the app. It's a 2-week advanced program called Dynamic Strength. Members would be taking classes 3 times a week with recoveries in between. And Logan is the instructor that is leading that particular workout. So
I've got the Strength Plus app downloaded. I've logged into it, and I actually received the notification for this program. So they're getting the word
on
out.
Top of it. All right.
I haven't used it yet because I don't really use the app to work. I like to go to the basement, go on the hardware, and have the screen, and I like the history to reflect the hardware that I was using it on, not the app.
Right.
I just weird like that.
It is. I'm weird like that too. Now, interestingly enough, I am in Florida this week, so I have the gym here. So I thought that I was actually going to try it out, just to kind of get a different workout in. And I really need to up my strength game. So I figured this would be a good week to do that. So I'll let you guys know next week what I think of it.
Well, does your gym have a TV on the wall where you could cast?
No, there are too many people in it. I'll just use my iPad.
Oh, okay.
I'll use my iPad.
Well, Peloton has revealed the full details of their next artist series, Amanda, and it is celebrating the music of American rapper and singer Jelly Roll. The series began last Thursday, the 16th. It included 3 live classes across 3 different modalities, and what we got was a 30-minute Jelly Roll glutes and leg strength with Logan, a 30-minute run with Bex, a 30-minute ride with Dennis. And unlike most artist series, we only got 3 classes total. They were all live, but there was no additional on-demand drops or premieres taking place. I thought it was very odd that Bex, of all people, to get the Jelly Roll run, she got it. I don't know if they just randomly assigned that because she is not into country.
You don't think so? I thought she liked
She's
country.
Made it very she's made it very clear.
Okay,
she's not into country.
I'm way off on this.
I think she's maybe taught 1 country class on the tread total. So it just seemed very odd that she received it. I feel like maybe just no one else was available and they gave it to her. Or she was next in the rotation of folks to get it. So I just thought that was a strange pairing.
Interesting. Interesting. Too funny. All right. Well, this past week, Erik Jager got to celebrate his 5-year anniversary. So German instructor, and now he's like on everything other than row. I mean, he's your bike instructor, he's your tread instructor, he's your strength instructor, he's the sweetest, coolest, funniest dude out there. But he celebrated his 5-year anniversary, and Peloton released a new Erik's Greatest Hits class collection to celebrate the anniversary as a Peloton instructor. So the collection includes 65 curated classes showcasing Erik's most popular and signature moments, such as Oktoberfest, rides, epic electronic classes, power zone and strength training sessions, and tread and fun themed workouts. This milestone follows Peloton's trend of creating greatest hits collections for instructors who were reaching or are reaching significant anniversaries, such as 5 or 10 years. Many of Erik's older classes are not included due to the obvious purging of classes, but the collection highlights more recent fan favorites. And they are featured in categories. So the categories are greatest of all time, top artist series, strength, tread, and more fun classes. Members can find the collection under Peloton Collections and celebrate Erik's journey with the Peloton community. So from us here at Pelo Buddy, a huge shout out to Erik on celebrating 5 years with Peloton. And he is definitely a huge asset to the German team for sure.
He's come a long way. I remember I first got into him right when he started with Peloton. It must have been January of 2020, before the pandemic, maybe just a couple months. And back then on your bike, you actually had to do some work, take some additional steps to actually get the German classes, because you had to go in and update your settings to allow, I guess, German language.
Yes.
And I mean, back then on the live rides of his, there's maybe 15 people total. And most of them were German members, riding abroad. But yeah, he's and he would say he would see someone in the US and he would comment, "How did you find me?"
Oh, that's funny. Oh, really? Do you remember that? Oh, that's too funny. He's fantastic.
But it's great to see
how
far he's come.
Awesome. And his English is awesome. I mean, he does do some English classes too. So folks who haven't worked out with him, definitely try him out, because he does have a fair number of English classes on the platform as well.
And he speaks some English in his German classes.
Yeah.
Most of them just like the other German instructors do.
Yeah.
Well, Peloton has announced a new partnership with Guardian Life Insurance Company of America, called Guardian. So Guardian Well is Guardian's digital wellness hub, and through them, Guardian members will receive access to Peloton classes and wellness articles. So in other words, members don't appear to be gaining access to the Peloton app through this partnership, but select classes that will be accessible through Guardian's own platform, in addition to wellness articles that could possibly refer to Peloton's blog posts that they put out. So another feature of this partnership is the inclusion of a complimentary 6-month Peloton App One membership. So they will gain access through this partnership for members with an approved long-term disability claim. That's the catch there. The benefit is reportedly the first of its kind offered by a workplace benefits provider, and is designed to support members' recovery journeys. So the Peloton content available through Guardian Well starting this month, it'll be regularly updated, offering a range of resources that focus on the connection between physical and mental health. And this is not the first partnership with an insurance company before that Peloton has done. They've previously partnered with A1A Insurance in Australia, and also UHC, United Healthcare, and several others.
Yeah, always nice to see these additional collaborations, and helps folks out if they need it. Yeah. All right, well, talking about helping folks out, if you haven't yet purchased a bike and you're listening to the show, you have just 2 days or 3 days to take heed of this offer. So Peloton is offering a $300 discount on the original bike through January the 21st, reducing the price to $1,145. So the regular price is $1,445. Additionally, buyers of the standalone bike receive 1 month all free, all access membership. So you'll get that access membership for 1 month. There is an additional discount for those choosing the bike starter and ultimate packages of $400 off, but that deal does not include the free membership. So unlike the broader New Year sale that we spoke about last week, this promotion applies exclusively to the original Peloton bike. And yeah, definitely something for folks to look at. And it was really interesting because I was getting my hair done this past week, and I was chatting to my really sweet hairdresser, and she was saying she really needs something. And I said, "You've never looked at Peloton?" She goes, "You know what, Amanda? I think I'm going to buy a bike." And I was like, oh my God, here's my referral code. But
Yeah.
there's a deal. You need to make sure you take care of the deal. So it's funny. So there are still people out there that are considering buying bikes. And, she was asking me, should I buy the regular versus? And I said, you know what? Get the regular. It gives you what you need. You don't need the Bike Plus. Does the job for what she's looking to do. She just wants to get a little bit of cardio in at home. And that's a great way to do it. So, so definitely there are still people out there.
Nice. Get that referral, girl.
Exactly.
I still, in my social media profiles, I still have DM for a Peloton referral code. And every now and then I get a message and I give them the code, but I never really seem to get the referral. I don't know what they're buying it through Amazon or somewhere.
Right.
Or they get a better deal, outside of Peloton, but it's on there. Well, moving on. Happy birthday to Cliff Dwanger, whose birthday is today, Sunday the 19th. Happy birthday, Cliff.
Yeah, happy birthday.
And then we'll go right into instructors in the news.
Let's go for it.
First up, several Peloton instructors attended the IM8 Health Launch event in New York City last week, which included seeing Tunde up on stage with soccer star David Beckham. And I noticed Ash Pryor was also there. She was, I noticed a post from her. She was chatting with David Beckham as well. I didn't, there might have been some other instructors.
Yeah, Matt Wilpers was there. And I think maybe Kirsten Ferguson, I almost want to say, or maybe Camilla. It was either Camilla or Kirsten. But I did see Matt pop into one of Ash's stories that she posted.
Tunde shared a reel from another person that had posted video of her up on stage. She was kind of doing it was video of a quick sort of rapid fire Q&A with David Beckham, just asking some, key questions, like asking him cardio or strength. And he first said, early on, I would say cardio, but now it's definitely, I'm focusing more on strength. He said, what's on your music playlist? And, he gave like the convenient answer of Spice Girls. He's just... He's like, he's favoring everything Victoria Beckham related, his wife.
Got it. Yeah.
But then he did say Oasis because, with the recent announcement of them going back on tour this summer, he's definitely
great British band.
Gotten them into his playlist again. And then she said she asked him who inspires you from the wellness space. And once again, he said his wife, Victoria Beckham.
That's so awesome. Yeah, they've had a very strong, long marriage, and they apparently spoke about her beautifully on stage as well. I did hear that as well. People were in awe of how he spoke of her. It's always nice to see that, isn't it? Especially when you're in the public eye, that there's still...
I did enjoy, we watched the documentary, I think it was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And I did love, the way their chemistry is great, because the way they just go back and forth.
Yes. Yes, they
and
do.
I thought it was hilarious how Victoria Beckham, when she was being interviewed, she said, I came from a very modest background, and all of a sudden you hear David go, "Hun, what kind of car did your dad drive you to school, to primary every day?" She's like, the Bentley? And he's like, yeah. And then he walks away with his coffee and starts laughing.
Yeah, they have the cute dynamic. That is funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, moving on. Emma Lovewell's been very busy, even as a new mom. She has a partnership with Siggy's Dairy as their chief live well office guyer. And that
office guyer.
Yeah, because that's the
okay.
I think that Siggy's is a Swedish brand. I think it comes from Swedish. So they kind of use that. I know I had to go and look and make sure it wasn't a typo. But she did share on her Instagram that this partnership is to bring simple practices to help one reach their wellness goals. Everything from preventing burnout, creating a realistic routine, and finding a minute to breathe in between. She goes on to say that Siggy's is one of her go-to brands for protein snacks. And they're on a mission to show people there's freedom in simplicity, whether it's snacks made with simple ingredients or simple habits to improve your life. So they make a great Greek yogurt filled with protein. They have a cottage cheese brand. They're really awesome. You can't get it everywhere, but there are certainly a lot of the supermarkets that do sell
Probably
it.
at the high end. It sounds like a high end health.
I've seen it at Whole Foods. And Whole Foods, Trader Joe's have it.
Nice. Well, if you're running the London Marathon or any marathon for that matter, Susie Chan and Jeffrey McEachern will be doing some Q&As and special events leading up to the event. So in a recent Insta reel that they put out, they said, "Hey runners, we're teaming up to help you prepare for the London Marathon. Together, we will break it all down with monthly live Q&As, answer questions, and share valuable tips on training, mindset, insights from our own experiences and everything in between. To make it even more exciting, there will be special events designed to get you race ready. And of course, we will be there to celebrate with you as race day approaches." So follow Susie and Jeffrey and stay tuned for more on that front, especially if you're running the London Marathon, which was that in May?
No,
June?
it's early. It's April.
Oh,
It is, yeah, it's around April time. Yeah, they've been doing a lot together. It's really cute to see them. I know they traveled together. They did some shoots and stuff somewhere, I think in the Tenerife or somewhere in Spain. But they've been doing a lot of stuff together. So it's kind of really sweet to see the two of them working so closely together. And keeping with our running coaches, Bex Gentry was recently on Marnie on the Move podcast and shared how she's living her dream. It was a really sweet, informal podcast. So take a listen to that if you haven't yet.
She's been on Marnie on the Move before, I think.
I think so, yes.
Well, while we're on the podcast subject, season 2 of Jocelyn Thompson Rules podcast, which is called Listen Loudly, is out now. The first episode of season 2 is here. Just came out last Wednesday. It's actually, it's a pretty quick one. It's only 15 minutes. Normally they're, anywhere from 37 minutes, to 50 something odd minutes, just under an hour. But this one was pretty quick. It was just her solo.
I was just going to ask if it was just her, because I know she's had folks on there with her. Okay.
Yeah, usually she has a counterpart, a co-host on there with her. But yeah, in this new episode, which is titled "Why I Needed to Lose Myself in 2024, she shared why she had to rebuild trust with herself, dealing with stress versus pressure, and her intentions going into the new year.
Awesome. Yeah, she's a great podcaster. So that's really cool to listen to. All right. And then lastly, there is a fun UK event happening next Saturday, January the 25th from 2 to 3 p.m. British time. And we wanted to make sure that we let you folks know if you haven't had a chance to sign up for it yet. Instructors Ben Aldous, John Husking, and Justin Thompson Rule will host an exclusive panel discussion at the Peter Jones and Partners in London. It will be on Sloane Square. The event will focus on expert tips from fitting fitness into your busy life, insights into the power of the Peloton community, and personal stories from the instructors about staying motivated. Tickets will need to be purchased. They are priced at £10 and very much worth it because they include a tote bag, branded water bottle, and special app access and other perks. One of them being 2 attendees will win a VIP studio experience at Peloton Studios London, which will include a behind-the-scenes access and a live class. So just in itself, as we know, that's a £25 value just for the class. So definitely, if folks are around and can attend that, something to definitely look at doing.
I wonder if that behind the scenes tour will be led by Peloton producer Anthony or Ant.
Yeah, Ant and Clue.
He's always lurking around there.
Yeah,
I mean, he was very adamant about taking me down the street to this little sliver of a bar to tell me about the history of it, and I was like, take a picture here. So,
he's such a sweetheart.
If there's anyone to give that tour, he would be perfect.
It would be him.
Yeah,
awesome,
definitely.
But if anybody goes, let us know how it is, and we can certainly share it on the next show. All right, folks, we are going to run right into class picks of the week. Why don't you kick it off, John?
Okay, first up, in the strength realm, Rad Lopez's 30-minute Lil Wayne upper body strength from January 9th. Julie MJ said great playlist and program. And then Julie MJ also gave us Kirsten Ferguson's 30-minute Lil Wayne ride, also from the 9th. She said, incredible, so much music in a short time and amazing vibes. And then Logan Aldridge's Extra 10 Glutes from January 10th. Jennifer Carroll 22 said, perfect lower body snack.
Nice. And then we have Kelly Gullickson's 20-minute upper body strength. That was from January the 10th. It came to us from Nikki Gold 12, and they said basic layout and a great playlist. And then Jermaine Johnson had a 20-minute upper body strength. This was also from the 10th. It came to us from Allison 8699, and they said solid, good workout. And Hannah Corbin, 20-minute pop bar, also from the 10th. It came to us from Amajar 3, and she said she introduced some new spicy moves in this class.
Mm-hmm. All right, switching over to meditation, Mariana Fernandez's 10-minute sleep meditation in Spanish from January 10th. Merle STB7 said, great first class in this new sleep meditation program. And then going over to the bike, Camila Ramon's 20-minute reggaeton ride from the 10th. Jennifer Carroll, 22, said, love these rides from Camila, great energy. And then Matt Wilper's 60-minute Power Zone ride from January 11th. All Biz Liz said, it's spicy, but I felt so accomplished.
Awesome. And then Charlotte Wiedenbach had a 20-minute metal ride. It was in English. And I believe it was her first metal ride in English that she did. It was on the 11th of January. And Just Shields recommended this one, saying challenging and productive. And then Jeffrey McEachin's 45-minute 2010s run, also in English. It dropped on the 12th of January and came from our very own Tracy C. Tracy said the coach, the music, the vibe, such a great class. And we want more English classes from Jeffrey, but my German is getting much better. And then Chelsea Jackson Roberts, 30-minute hip-hop yoga flow. Also from the 12th, it came to us from Amajar 3, and she said all West Coast playlist from Cali. And that, I believe, was just in unison and in prayer for the Californians that are suffering the devastating fires. I believe she has family. I think Chelsea Jackson Roberts has family. I know she travels to California quite often. So I think she has family there.
Anna Greenberg's 30-minute yoga flow from January 12th. Armajar 3 said, this one felt extra. I want to say this word is luxurious, but I don't know if that really fits, but it says luxuous.
No, luxurious. Yes,
so
luxurious.
I'm pretty sure
It's
that's
a typo.
luxurious as well as relaxing. And then John Hosking's 30-minute 2010s run from January 14th. Tracy C. said, pace target classes are absolutely brilliant, and this class is a must-take. The playlist was amazing, and I flew to new PRs. And then sticking on the tread, Bex Gentry's 30-minute endurance run from January 14th. Patrick 707 said, just a solid endurance run from Bex.
Nice. And then I will round out the picks of the week this week. We have Benny Adami's 15-minute hard style EDM ride. It was in German. It dropped on the 14th, and it came to us from Bertha C. Runs MD. And he said 15 minutes was the perfect intro to this type of music. I had no idea what it was beforehand, but it was surprisingly upbeat and fun. Benny seems like one of the hardest working instructors ever, and he puts so much energy and passion into every class.
What's interesting is if you go on Domestique, I know Chris is going to love us, mentioning the Domestique website. Benny put out the most content of the cycling instructors, the most classes, interestingly, because you can see how much it breaks down, the amount of hours of content each instructor has put out. And Benny, obviously, yes, rightly so, the hardest working.
And I gotta tell you, on his Instagram channel too, he is so active on there, really encouraging folks to work out with him. Yeah, we need to start riding with him again. John, you and I slipped
I know.
in there. We used to love riding with him. So Benny, if you're listening to this, yeah, we need to start riding with you again.
We'll get back in
I
there.
am back on the bike. So I've been trying to get back on the bike at least a couple days a week. So definitely we'll start doing that. Talking about the bike, we've got Cody Rigsby's 30-minute low impact ride. This one was from the 14th as well. It's came to us from Melissa Cerniak. I think Zerzniak. And they said he's back and obviously hysterical.
I'm actually surprised only one person submitted that.
Already,
that was his first. That was his first live ride back after being gone for a month on vacation. And while it was low impact, it's not really typical of Cody, being in the saddle the entire ride and not going above 100 cadence. He was still super funny. He was very chatty. There was lots of good banter. He was putting down the Starbucks Midtown clientele.
Oh, hysterical.
The typical guys that come in there, from like the financial district, mocking their sweater, their fleece vests that they all wear and that attire and their looks. And he went into a whole someone's leaderboard name was Cinnabon something, and he talked all about Cinnabon and getting extra icing when you go there. So a lot of fun banter and good Cody sound bites in that one.
Oh, nice. So. All right. Well, folks, make sure you take that one. And then finishing it off, and I love that somebody put this in here. So Spin Loving Mama, good for you, gave us Sam Yo's 5-minute post-ride stretch. It was from the 15th. And they said all songs from Wicked. So that, folks, rounds up our picks of the week for this week. Yeah, we got through that pretty quickly.
But this is a shorty episode.
It was, but hopefully we gave you everything that you need. The glasses can come off. I don't need to read anymore. Gosh, it's crazy when you get old. But yeah, a little bit of everything for you this week. Again, just wanted to say that we are sending out our love and prayers for you folks that are impacted out on the West Coast. And for everybody else, we hope you've had a wonderful Peloton week. And we look forward to seeing you back here next week. So for me here, bye for now, everybody.
And from me here in Michigan, sending love to our California friends and viewers and listeners, and sending our prayers as well. And as always, thank you for listening and tuning in, and we will see you on the leaderboard. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag, and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.